I was rushing to work one cold morning when I noticed a familiar face sitting on the sidewalk, wrapped in a torn jacket. At first, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but then he looked up. It was my ex. The man I once planned a future with was now living on the street. We hadn't seen each other in years. Our breakup had been messy, full of anger and pride on both sides. I remembered how confident he used to be, how he always said he would never fail. Seeing him like this made my chest tighten in a way I didn't expect. I slowed down but didn't stop right away. Part of me was scared to talk to him, afraid old wounds would reopen. Another part of me felt guilty for walking away when he needed help the most. Eventually, I gathered the courage and stood in front of him. He recognized me instantly. His eyes widened with shock, then softened with something like shame. He tried to smile, but it broke halfway, and he looked down at his hands instead. The silence between us felt heavier than any argument we ever had. I asked him what happened. He hesitated, then quietly told me how everything fell apart after we split. He lost his job, his parents passed away within a year, and his friends slowly disappeared. One bad decision led to another, until he had nowhere left to go. I listened, fighting back tears. I realized how easy it is to judge people without knowing the full story. I had moved on, built a stable life, and convinced myself he was fine too. I never imagined he was struggling just to survive. Then he looked up at me and said something I'll never forget. He told me he never stopped believing in me, even after I left. He said seeing me now reminded him that at least one of us made it out okay. That was when I broke down. His words weren't bitter or angry, just honest and kind. Despite everything he had lost, he still wished me well. That kindness hurt more than any harsh words ever could. I sat down next to him and bought him food and coffee. We talked for a while, not as ex-lovers, but as to people who once shared something real. There was no blame, no resentment, just quiet understanding. Before I left, I gave him some money and wrote down the address of a shelter a friend had told me about. I knew I couldn't fix his life, but I could help in that moment. He thanked me with tears in his eyes. As I walked away, I kept replaying his words in my head. Life doesn't always reward effort, and love doesn't guarantee safety. Sometimes people just fall, and the world keeps moving. That day changed me. I became more grateful for what I had and more compassionate toward those who had less. I learned that endings don't erase humanity, and sometimes the people from our past still have lessons left to teach us.